Hi, and welcome to my new Christmas video thing. I am sorry for that, a little delay on my videos recently. I'm feeling a lot better now. If you guys saw my last review, you probably heard that I was not feeling very well. Well, I'm feeling a lot better, so I'm, in the mood to be doing these reviews again. But, the film I will be reviewing for you guys today on this lovely Christmas day. That rhymed and I didn't mean for it to. I'll be reviewing a movie for you guys called Krampus, the Christmas Devil. Krampus, the Christmas Devil is a 2013 holiday horror film directed by Jason Hall. And, yeah, here are my thoughts on Krampus, the Christmas Devil. So the movie starts off with this just poorly made and really cheap montage of just Krampus pictures and clips of people on Christmas, and there's this voiceover explaining to us the tale of Krampus. But hey, at least they actually put the tale of Krampus and the story behind Krampus in here this time, instead of just making him some generic monster who just kind of kills people for no reason. So the next scene just follows this guy in a robe who I assume is Krampus, and he's just kind of walking in the snow, and I mean, hey, they got that right too. It actually somewhat feels like Christmas time. They actually have snow in here, unlike another film. But anyway, so yeah, this robed figure, I guess is Krampus, has a piece of paper with names on it, and he grabs a marker or some shit and writes down or crosses out a name, and then it just cuts to a kid running in the snow. So the kid just kind of runs back home, and I guess he knows his way home after, you know, being in what seems like the middle of nowhere. And then the opening scenes again, which looks like it was edited by some really cheap, like $20 editing software with even more pictures of Krampus and a really obnoxious grunge song playing in the background. And yeah, that's the start of this film. The movie then follows this police officer, and this guy is our main character. And he was supposedly abducted as a child, and he even begins to investigate these kidnappings, and all these children just appear to be missing out of nowhere. And this guy believes that it's the same kidnapper from when he was a little kid, and I'm pretty sure you can tell where this is going. First of all, the cuts in this movie are like really awkward, and like it's like one of those things where like the sound just kind of fades in slowly as soon as like a scene starts, and yeah, it's really bad. There's even one point in the movie where the screen goes black for like literally 8 seconds with like this crappy stock music fading in the background, and it's terrible. Like, the movie is just poorly made. The editing is atrocious. I cannot even describe to you how bad and just poorly made this entire movie is. The acting and the writing, too, is just so cringeworthy, and some of the stuff that these people say in this film are just unintentionally hilarious, and it's just so bad. Like, this is literally a line from the movie that I actually wrote it down right here. This is a serious line in this film. I was a bad kid. I did things I wish I could take back, and I can't. One day, I was walking to school and I got abducted. I don't remember much. I must have been knocked out. I was in and out of consciousness. But what I do remember is being terrified. I don't remember much. I was underwater in a bag in a frozen lake. I don't know how I got out, but somehow I got out of the water. As I was running home, not sure if he was gonna catch me again. How do you know it was a he that kidnapped you, sexist? Not sure if he was gonna catch me again, if I was ever gonna see my parents again. A bit repetitive there. I promised myself that I'd change my ways. Guys, it was 30 years ago. Like, this guy must have been one messed up kid, considering the fact that somebody would actually kidnap him because he was doing so many bad things when he was a child. So I guess Santa Claus is in this movie, and it's a guy in a red suit. I'm assuming it's Santa Claus. He's in the movie as Santa Claus, and so the very first scene that we see of him, he's walking in the middle of the night in snow, and I'm assuming he's not at the North Pole, and he goes up to the same guy in the robe, and it's Krampus, and they begin talking, and Santa tells him and gives him this list of all these children's names, children who have been naughty, and Krampus is just sitting there nodding his head. And, yeah, Santa just, continues telling him of all these children that he needs to go kill and kidnap because they have been naughty. I swear to God, that is in this movie. Like, that is seriously something that happens in this movie. And I guess Krampus and Santa are brothers in this movie, and, to be completely honest, I don't know if that's, like, in the actual mythology or not. I don't remember, but, I mean, come on, guys. Because, seriously, this movie, the biggest problem with this movie is that, okay, what made Krampus the Reckoning so fun? Like, it was a terrible film, but it was fun because it didn't take itself too seriously, Like, the filmmakers kind of knew what they were making, so it was okay, considering the fact that the filmmakers kind of knew that they were making a bad movie. These people took their movie way, way, way too seriously. Like, you could just tell, like, they took it way too seriously, and unfortunately, it kind of makes it a lot more funny. And there's also a scene in this film where the guy attempts to commit suicide, or at least I think that's what he's doing. I really don't know, but he puts the gun to the bottom of his chin, but there's no bullets in it. It clicks, and there's no bullets. Like, you seriously forgot to put bullets in there when you were trying to commit suicide? Dude, if you're gonna commit suicide, at least do it right. So there's this scene where a kid flips out because he lost a game of Monopoly, and this kid is really freaking pissed. And these kids, they're the worst actors. Like, I know they're kids and I need to give them a break, but I mean, the kids, they're terrible in this movie. I'm sorry, their kids are bad actors. So this kid, who is just this complete asshole kid because he lost a game of Monopoly and he flipped out about it, of course decides to go out on a walk. And, of course, eventually he gets kidnapped by Krampus while on his walk in the most hilarious way possible. Like, Krampus literally just emerges from the side and puts the kid in a bag and runs away. It needs to be seen to be believed. Wait, did I say that right? Okay, so first of all this kid did, or at least all it showed us, was he got mad and upset because he lost a game of Monopoly. Is that really a reason to be killed by Krampus the Christmas Devil because he lost a game of Monopoly and got upset about it? Like, is that really a reason to be killed by Krampus? Like, literally, Santa was just watching over this kid and watched him lose this game and was like, God damn it, Billy, that is the last straw! And to think if only the kid was doing good in the game, that he would be saved from being killed by Krampus. Like, this kid really needs to get his shit together and learn how to play Monopoly right, goddammit. So these dudes with guns eventually decide to go out and find Krampus, and they search for him. They eventually find him, and they start shooting at him. Krampus runs away, blah blah blah. And then eventually Krampus knocks them out, supposedly, and he takes them, or at least one of them, I believe. I don't even remember, to be honest with you. He takes them to his lair. Yes, Krampus has a lair. And in his lair, not only does he have children in cages, but he also has this woman, this middle-aged woman, who is chained up and naked in his lair. Like, damn, Krampus is just one kinky bastard. I thought his only job was to teach these naughty kids a lesson and to punish them for being naughty. Not kidnap these middle-aged women, take them to your lair, chain them up, and strip them down. Like, what the hell? Like, he doesn't even really do anything to them. They're just there for no reason. So then Santa Claus comes out of nowhere, and he walks up to the chained up girl, and this is the literal line. Like, this is seriously the line that he says. He says, "The fuck, brother? Playtime was 2 days ago. You're doing this now?" Since when did Santa ever call anybody brother? Like, is he a part of Sons of Anarchy or something? So then Krampus unchains her, gives her her clothes, and she runs out of the lair in terror. And Santa just says, "Merry Christmas." Yeah, sure, just let the girl go, as if she doesn't know where your lair is now and she's not gonna tell people about it. Like, what the So Santa Claus then goes up to this little kid in a cage, and the little kid is telling Santa Claus to help him, and Santa says, "Help you? But you were bad." And apparently what this kid did was he hurt and tortured a defenseless little animal. So you go from kidnapping kids who suck at board games to kids who enjoy killing animals. Like, what? And then Santa goes on to tell him, "And for that you should die. You're lucky I don't kill you myself, little boy." Like, damn, Santa Claus is just one cold-hearted son of a bitch in this movie. Like, this movie seriously should have just been called Santa Claus the Asshole. I seriously feel like he's the one that's worse than Krampus in this movie. Like, he's the one telling Krampus to go out and, you know, kidnap these children. Like, it's Santa Claus who you should be scared of in this film, not Krampus. Krampus doesn't do shit. Of course, besides just kidnap little kids who suck at board games, apparently they deserve to be kidnapped and killed. But eventually he lets the kid go because there's another kid out there who's more fucked up than he is. That's what he says. So then they let the kid go. He runs out of the lair supposedly to go home to his family. And the family, where he's sick, is probably going to tell him, "Billy, where were you?" And he's going to tell them, "Oh, I was just in Krampus's lair, like right over that hill over there. Like, I can seriously tell you where it is. I just ran from there. Santa Claus was yelling at me and he actually let me go because there's also another kid out there who's more naughty than I am." This movie makes a lot of sense in case you guys didn't know that already. There's also this bar fight scene in the film that is probably one of the most hilarious scenes of 2015, and I could just sit here and describe it to you, but it's honestly just something that you just need to see to believe. Like, it's great. It's definitely one of the funniest scenes I've seen in a while. And there are just so many scenes in here that are just so incredibly bad, and this film is seriously, it's one big mess. I have no idea what the filmmakers were trying to accomplish with this film, but it did not work at all what they were trying to do. So let's actually talk about Krampus in this movie, since he's the main threat and focus of this film. Krampus is literally just some guy in a shitty Halloween mask that somebody bought at the Halloween store. I am not even kidding. It is literally just some guy in a robe wearing a Halloween mask. That is Krampus in this movie, ladies and gentlemen. Like, hey, I give him props for trying to do, like, you know, practical effects and whatnot, but, I mean, Jesus, come on, guys. It's literally just a guy in a Halloween mask. Like, they literally couldn't come up with something better. They seriously just put no effort at all into making this movie. So all this stuff happens in the movie, and Krampus ends up killing these grown-ass men, and, I mean, these men are like home invaders, and they, you know, end up killing this woman, and yeah, they deserve to be punished, but Krampus, the Christmas devil who punishes naughty kids, like, why is he taking care of this shit? Like, why is he punishing these grown-ass men when there are these naughty kids out there who suck at board games that he needs to be taken care of? The ending as well to this movie is just hilarious. The entire ending is... it's so bad. This entire movie is really, really bad. There are some parts in this movie that are just unintentionally hilarious, and you know what? I take that back. The entire movie is unintentionally hilarious, but I just don't understand how these people got away with making this thing and calling it an actual movie and actually making it into an actual movie. I don't understand how they got away with that at all. Also, in the credits in this film, they played this really shitty Christmas rap song, and yeah, apparently it's a rap song about Christmas and whatnot, and not only that, but there are actually also bloopers that play during the credits. I'm not kidding. They show like 12 minutes of bloopers as the credits play. The bloopers don't even make sense. It's literally just random ass scenes that they probably filmed and forgot that the camera was on, and they just decided to add that in the credits to... I don't know why. I don't get it. I mean, the movie is pretty short, which is a good thing, I guess, but it's awful. It's an awful film. So I did some research, and apparently the people who made this film are making a sequel coming out next year called Krampus, The Devil Returns. And they even created this website and this fundraising campaign with a goal of $75,000, and even made this video of, you know, telling you and explaining to you, you know, the goal that they're trying to reach and the movie that they're trying to make, and they essentially just tell you about this whole campaign.
We realize we aren't big enough now in our career as filmmakers that we're going to have a big studio like Universal or Sony or any of the big ones that are going to back us financially.
So yeah, just so you guys know, if you want to donate to this wonderful sequel to this wonderful film, now is your chance. Guys, overall, Krampus the Christmas Devil is probably the worst movie about Krampus ever. And I've seen all of them, obviously. I've reviewed all of them, and this is by far the worst. And it's not only the worst movie, or one of the worst movies that I've seen of 2015, but it's also one of the worst movies I've seen in a long time. I haven't seen a movie like this where there was almost no effort into putting into this movie since, like, All Hallows Eve 2 or something. Like, that movie was at least a little bit watchable, considering that some of the shorts were, you know, kind of fun, even though they had nothing to do with the actual film. But this movie, this is just all around poorly made. It's a huge mess, and the only reason, again, why I would recommend this movie to you is because it's just unintentionally hilarious. If you want to gather, you know, a group of buddies with you to watch this movie on a Friday night to laugh at, it's the perfect movie. It's fun to laugh at because it's so bad, and that's all I really have to say about this movie. Guys, overall, I'm probably gonna give Krampus the Christmas Devil a 1 out of 5. It is terrible. It is awful, but it is pretty fun to watch, not gonna lie. Which is the only reason, again, why I would recommend it to you, is because it is funny. So, if you want to check out this movie because it's hilarious, be my guest. But if you're watching this movie because you're expecting, like, a good Christmas holiday horror film, then do not watch it and do not take this movie seriously. But what I think is what made this movie so funny is the fact that these people behind this movie, they treated it so seriously, and they took this film so seriously, and it's bad, and I'm speechless. So yeah, guys, Krampus the Christmas Devil, check it out if you want, if you're really into watching, like, really crappy, low-budget movies. This is one that you cannot miss, in terms of schlock, and just really shitty movies that are fun to watch because they're so bad. And that is it. That is it for my review. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Jacob Palacio. Be sure to stay tuned for some more Christmas movies that I will be reviewing in the near future. I think that's all of the Krampus movies that I have to review for you guys. At least that's all that I can find that exists. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed all of my Krampus reviews and whatnot. And I am also going to be reviewing a couple more Christmas horror movies. You probably, you know, definitely before Christmas I'll upload those. And I'm also doing a very special video for you guys that I will upload on Christmas Eve. That will also count as my Christmas video. So be sure to stay tuned for all of those. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching once again. I'm Jacob Palacio, and I'll see you guys later.